Hey everyone, your designers are here.
I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We have tips and tricks and decorating advice for you. So let's get started.
This is episode 226, What's Going On at Our House. And the show notes for today's episode can be found at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/226.
What's going on at our houses? Anything you can talk about, ladies? What's going on? Tell us.
Well, I'll start because it has a lot to do with Canvas people, actually.
Oh.
We have a long hallway upstairs, and we had it papered. I mean, this was a couple decades ago. So, of course, we're so tired of it. And this is one of the last projects to be redone because we've made over almost our entire house. And so we found out that you could prime the wallpaper because, of course, my husband could not just get pastable wallpaper. He had to paste the pastable wallpaper. And so, our house will blow up, but those walls with the wallpaper on it are going to stand. And chipping those off, we did that to one room, and that is not an option anymore. We shiplap over it, or we'll do anything over it, but we're not taking the wallpaper off. So we ordered some wallpaper, repositional wallpaper, and I'm in the process of making that our family photo gallery up on that hallway. And I'm going to do everything on canvases in black and white.
Oh,
so
that's going to be gorgeous.
So excited about that. So of course, Canvas people, I'm asking everybody, every family member to donate their free picture from Canvas people and to our house. Well, because they all come back home all the time.
Right.
And we're going to start that as a beautiful wall gallery.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. And ongoing. We have a huge picture. It was given to us for one Christmas. Oh, I can't even tell you how big it is. Like, one of the portraits in one of the famous museum or portrait galleries of the world. It's like huge. It's,
oh, wow.
Stretch your arms out and both ways. And that's how big this painting, this picture is of our family. We had it professionally done. But
what size? Is it like a 30 by 40?
Oh, it's huge. I'm so bad at that. Like it's longer than my arms stretched out.
When I was a portrait photographer, that was usually the largest size you could get. And you could not shoot with and if you had a, 35 millimeter, you couldn't enlarge that to that size and have it look good. You had to use the medium format film.
Oh,
but now with the digital, you can do
mm-hmm.
it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. But it's huge. This picture wasn't taken that long ago. It was I'm sure it was digital.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It was done on our front porch.
Did you get it yet?
Was at fall. Oh, yeah. It's hanging in my husband's office.
Oh, wow.
So that's coming home. And then that's going to be upstairs. And that is color. And everything around it's going to be black and white.
Oh, that's
fun.
a really great idea.
Mm-hmm. Because my family probably doesn't think I love them because I have no pictures out except in my study of my family. But because being a blogger, you have to continually, if I forget to take them down and they don't, one of my kids don't want any of their pictures taken. The others don't really care. So I just said, okay, I just can't have any around because I just don't want to go to edit my pictures and have a picture of one of my grandbabies. And it's going to be the one whose family doesn't want their pictures in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah.
So upstairs in the hallway, I think I'll be safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with our hallway too. I'm not going to talk about that today because I haven't actually conquered it or made a decision because our hallway it's not really long, but it's much thinner than it is long. And so you can't really appreciate anything because you can't stand back far enough. So I'm trying to think about what to put there.
Well, and then it's hard to photograph it if you want to share it on your blog. Because
I don't think I'd ever be able to photograph
get a camera in there to get it.
Yeah.
Well, we have an open staircase, somewhat of an open staircase, so I think I can do that. And yeah, this is just a real labor of love. And we have transoms above all of our bedroom and bathroom windows upstairs. So we get light into the hallway.
Oh, that's nice.
Let me ask you guys. I never asked you this. So because I do want to put something on those walls. So maybe a lot of people that are listening have looked at my blog, and so they've seen and they they know what my staircase looks like, but you guys do. So you walk up the staircase, there's a landing, there is a big window there. So there's lots of light. Then you turn and from the landing, and there's maybe 3 or 4 steps again to get to the second level hallway. So when you get to that hallway, there's on the right side, only the door to my room. So that would be the longest stretch where I could put something, that between where the stair ends and where my door starts. That's where I would put something. On the opposite side, there's the girls' bathroom and then Laura's door. And then at the very end, straight ahead of you is the door to the 3rd floor, which is Ava's other bedroom. So now it's very tight. I'm going to say maybe it's 3.5 feet wide.
Oh, wow.
It's super narrow, like, old house narrow. So, but it is really, really bright. And we get a ton of light from the girls' bathroom and then that window in the hallway. So you definitely be able to see what it's there, but you wouldn't really be able to necessarily appreciate something. So I kept trying to think, do I put something really, really big? I had this really big old map of Pasadena in black and white. And I was thinking, do I blow
How
that
big is it?
up? Well, right now it's very big. It's probably about 5 by 4 feet. It's really big, or I can probably make it even bigger. But then I thought maybe I would do a gallery wall and like Yvonne's saying, and do the family pictures up there.
But you know what I do if you do a gallery wall? First of all, I would put the brightest oriental rug that I could buy in a color that I just love, but I wouldn't put anywhere else in my house. That's exactly where I'd put it.
Okay, because it's completely white. The entire hallway.
Could you imagine how gorgeous, like a hot pink oriental rug runner would look going down that? And then I would do smaller pictures, but small, like that from 3 feet away you could actually look at, and put them in great big white frames. I'd keep it very black and white, and very small pictures, so people could actually go up and not have to back up to really look at it, that they could just see it right there.
Oh, I like that.
Well, now it's interesting you say that, because my first thought was put something really big, like a mural almost.
Well, that's what I went to. And then I was like, but maybe small. I don't know.
But then I thought you're not going to you're going to want to back up and look at it. You're not going to be able to do that. So I'm thinking, but now I would put smaller artwork, but I would put something really cheerful and colorful on the wall.
Well, if she put a big, I think you're right, but then I do something not so cheerful and loud on the floor. I would either do it on the floor or on the walls. Okay, so the consensus between my two experts are small on the walls and something bright and like pop.
Yeah, but I don't know that you couldn't do it on the floor. So I might have a little different of opinion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, but she does make a good point that this is kind of a private space. So, go crazy and do something maybe that you want to do, but that you don't want everyone to see you're doing.
If I had, oh my gosh, I haven't
done something like that in a long time.
I would find a hot pink tribal.
There's going to be somebody going up there putting it on social media, though. You know that.
I'd find a hot pink tribal design rug, something with oranges in it, something really unusual.
Feeling a little
with
farmhouse, little spicy sides coming out there.
And then I would that would be it.
Okay.
I mean, that would be it. And then this just black and white small photos in big chunky frames.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
can
next
I
time we talk about
your...
this, I can say what I did. Okay. Perfect.
I'm doing something really, really fun. I actually have a client who I adore, and I'm redoing her. It's not in my house, but I'm doing it for her, and it's actually my daughter. And we're actually on baby watch right now.
Oh, it's so exciting.
When's the due date?
The due date is the 25th, but she had her first child. He was a late term preemie, Anderson. He's 20 months old right now. And they think she's going to go early because Jackie says she's 5'2". She's not even 5'2", and she's like as thin as a stick, so she carries all out in front. She just couldn't carry Anderson anymore. So we're on baby watch, but she said, Mom, she was sending me pictures. I really need to redo my dining room. And this is the house that I told you about. It's 100 years old. It's a historic Wardman style, which is really famous in the Washington, D.C. on Capitol Hill area. They gutted the entire house, redid the whole thing, kept as much character as they could. But the, downstairs is very open. And they have these gorgeous Orientals in both of their living room and their dining room. And they're going a lot more modern, which I'm really excited about, but keeping the Orientals. So it's a real eclectic mix. And she said, I really need help. And I said, well, honey, would you like me to do a storyboard for you and, just take you on as a client? And she was so thrilled. And I am so thrilled. So I am having more fun because I'm designing now in mind. They have an open concept for 2 little boys. And they don't have a breakfast room or anything like that. It's just their dining room, and trying to do a very chic look, very kid friendly, and in a way that it's not a forever look. And I think they were so smart.
You've got a challenge.
Yeah. But, I think it's smart because, when you have 2 little boys, you're, like I said, Jackie, think about maybe an 8-year lifespan for this. Because when they get a little older, they'll be a little more rough and tumble, but they can, they'll follow directions. Right now, no one wants to watch Anderson eat.
Oh my.
Yeah, he eats with, shall I say, gusto.
Oh,
and they've got this gorgeous Oriental rug, and I would put something over, like a sheet around them or something. They just let it go. But anyway, I'm doing that, and that is so much fun.
Oh,
she's my favorite client so far.
Well, she was the inspiration from your blog from the beginning. So
yeah.
Aww,
so it's so neat. I mean, what goes around comes around, and she's a really good decorator. So I'm having fun because I'm there. I can be there all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's like I can have a second vicariously through her, have a second dining room that feels like mine because I actually will be there a lot.
Yes. Oh, well, there you go. Well, shoot, just go ahead and start designing your room over there too.
Actually, they have one for us, which I love.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and then my son and his wife also live about 15 minutes away, and they just moved to a different townhouse, and they have a room actually for us as well. So I love that, but they haven't asked me to design anything for them yet.
Oh,
well, I'm sure that's coming down the pike. So what are you up to, Anita Jane?
Well, I am, I'm a monogram girl.
I know you are.
We all are a monogram girl.
I'm so Southern in that way. I love monograms. So I'm kind of going a little nuts with the monograms, small ones, big ones, and putting them on big ruffled pillows for the beds and for the chairs. And it's so fun. I mean, just kind of going with some big flouncy pillows and just a large monogram. We're using double monograms, and it's just adding a breath of fresh air and some softness to my bedroom. And it's just beautiful. And I didn't have to sew it myself.
I know. You go. And they're so beautiful.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. The podcast is the podcast, and the trio lives on. So nobody should be concerned about that. In fact, I have to toot our horn. Toot, toot, toot.
Again.
Whatever. Well, hello, everybody. Thanks to you guys, we were number 8 in iTunes yesterday. And,
Can you stand it?
Yeah, that's a very fluid thing. And iTunes is very hard to figure out. But, when you're trying to figure out how you're doing and whether people like what you're doing, it's a pretty good barometer. So,
yeah, and mostly we listen to the wonderful emails, messages that we get. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
but
the best
nice
part of it,
see
that we
you're
hear
number
from
8.
you guys directly. So, so, we're 226 strong as of today. And, we're going to go on and on, 226,000, 226 million episodes.
And you're referring to the episode number.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not 226.
I was like, what is that?
I don't even think that we're Well, no, we may be that collective. No, we're not that collectively. Thank goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Nowhere near.
Not even close.
What are you doing, Kelly?
What am I doing? Oh, well, I am getting my fingernails super dirty, and I am outside in the garden a lot these days.
Digging in the dirt.
Yeah, but I have heard a lot about this method of gardening, which is not a new method, but it's starting to coming into vogue now. No-till gardening. So I learned a lot about that. And actually I listened to some gardening podcasts that are really informative. And, because my soil is so bad here, because as I described to you, it was like my yard was decorated by, Fred Sanford and Sons, and so bad. And then therefore the dirt is like cement. So I have been engaging in no-till gardening, which is
Tell a little bit about that. They do that around here on a big scale.
Yeah,
they don't till anymore.
Like super farmers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it sounds easier, but there is some work, to get it going. But once it gets rolling, it is a little bit easier on gardeners, particularly. It almost eradicates the need to weed, which is nice. So basically it's gardening in layers. You're not digging in. So no till. The tilling is the digging in, right? So when you think about it, just, I have a post on it that I did recently because, I'm like a new convert to it. So I want to tell everybody how great it is. But when you dig in, which people think to do when they're amending soil, mix it all in. You're actually really disturbing the little ecosystem that's going on underground. And, anybody who's done that has definitely cut a worm in half, and that's not good.
Yeah, it's happened.
But I heard they grow anyway.
No, that is not true. Everybody wants to say that, but you don't suddenly like, oh, look, a new worm. Hey,
that's
let's be friends.
Old wives'
That doesn't
tale?
happen. No,
Say
the worm is
so.
just dead. And then just all of the microorganisms, they're all working together to support what's ever going on. So if you're disturbing that, that's not great. And then you're also digging up these weed seeds and spores that may have been under the ground that could turn into weeds, and you're like exposing them to the sunlight, and all of a sudden they're like, oh great, and they grow. Whereas if they were 6 inches down, they couldn't get enough sunlight to grow. So just in a, like the Cliff Notes version of it, that's why you shouldn't do it. And then to do it is you're just going to layer. If you're going over grass and you want to put a new garden, you even can put paper or cardboard down to smother the grass. And then you put your compost and all your good stuff and then your mulch on top of it. And you just do it in layers like a lasagna. And it's really a great way to do it. And I've been doing it here, and I'm already seeing results from when I did it last. Yeah, I did it last fall in the front, and I'm seeing some really good results because I buy a really great plant. And oftentimes, people don't really realize this. It's not a bad, they're not doing it in a bad way. Of course, they want it to look good, but they kind of like jack up the plants. That's why they look so darn good at your garden centers. And then when you get it home, there seems to be like the plant kind of like
it goes into shock
out a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's not just the shock because they kind of give it like some plant
steroids.
No.
Plant steroids.
And so then that wears out. And then you're like, wow, that didn't so great. But I was buying all these gorgeous plants and, living through the settling process, but they weren't taking off like I thought they should. And it's because my soil wasn't so good. So that I'm doing that. And then we had a photo shoot recently, which is always fun here. Clothing company came and did a shoot. So that was super fun the other day. And my girls are home. So that I love that. So
Yay, the girls are home. I'm doing something. My son and his wife and my little Emma Kate, who just turned a year, they come often. Well, my kids come back often. It's so nice because it's like, okay, this is the everybody's landing space, like all my family, which I love. And sometimes it's like a hotel more than a house. But my son has just developed allergies, and there is something up in his bedroom. He can't sleep in his bedroom. So his wife goes to bed, they go to bed, and he ends up because we have all these guest bedrooms, in another bedroom or down on the
He's
sofa.
not allergic to her, is he?
Not that I know of.
I've heard that happens to people. I know Christopher. Yeah.
So Christopher, I said, Chris, I'm just taking everything out of there. And he said, Mom, can you take the burlap out? That's what he said to me. I said, there is not a stitch of burlap in that room. He said, what about the curtains? And I said, they're linen. So, so
we can't remove linen from a room. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. If you're allergic to it, you just can't come here anymore.
No, I say, take a Benadryl. You'll be fine.
Oh my.
Where's that Sudafed? Anyway, but this is the room that we made the headboards out of old shutters. So I'm thinking maybe there's something in there that's bothering him. So we just ordered, the rug came today. I ordered a beautiful a dark gray, tufted headboard. And I got, not a sisal rug because I figured that might be bothering him. So I got a low pile, gray and white, almost like a little bit of a tribal print. I'm into tribal lately. Can you tell? And I'm redoing his entire room. And we got new curtains. Well, first of all, it's so fun because then I can do a reveal on my blog, and people love those. But I'm taking things out and redoing that just so he can sleep in his own bedroom.
No, well, that's good. And you can do the reveal on so many levels, not only the decorative, but also if and when you find out what he's allergic to. I mean, other people might have that issue too.
Yeah, I really have a feeling it's either the sisal rug, which I can understand that, or there's something in that, in the wood, in the old shutters that are or mold or something that must be getting to him.
Yvonne's not the only one doing decorating for her daughter.
Oh.
So my daughter, Elise, she's the one who has Down syndrome, moved out. We moved her into a group home that we were very excited about this spring, and it seems to be working out really well for her. So it's kind of a big adjustment with her being gone from the house, but we do get her on the weekends. So that's a big change going on at our house. But because of this, she moved into a room that really has not been decorated in a long time. And so when I saw it, I went, ooh, wow, we need to work on this room. So that is going to be my next decorating project. And I had done some work at the farm. So I have these leftover gorgeous white iron bed frames that I'm going to use. She has a roommate. So I'm doing both the whole room and doing the roommate stuff too.
Oh, the roommate must be so excited too. And her family.
She is.
Oh my gosh.
She's so sweet. Well, she's so sweet. Yeah. She's adorable. And she keeps an eye on Elise and she calls her my baby.
Oh,
I love that. And
So
because
she
Elise
says-
has got to be the sweetest person on the face of the earth.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love your daughter, Elise.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, she says, I take care of your baby. She goes, she's my baby.
oh my goodness.
So yeah, because she's a little bit older. So yeah, so we're going to try to take care of her too. And anyway, so I've got to figure out. It's a very small room. I really just need 2 nightstands. They did repaint it right before she moved in. 2 nightstands and a dresser, and then some wall art. And plus, I'm also kind of moving some stuff out of my house also. So that's kind of my goal right now, is to get her room all set up. And then I want to do the living room, and I have a potential corporate sponsor for that I'm still in talks with, so that they might take care of that.
That would be what a good cause. What a good
I know.
thing
Well,
to
and
do.
I just thought, and then the other bedrooms, because I just said, these are people with intellectual disabilities. And I just thought they're not going to understand why one room got
Right.
redone and theirs didn't.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the model room, but
And-
this is your room. That's not. Yeah.
I know. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping we get a sponsor for that. That would be great, because I want to do the
Oh.
other rooms and the living room. But it's anyway, we're working
Maybe we
on
just
it.
need to do a GoFundMe page.
Mhm.
No,
Seriously, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I've already added I added 2 chairs and a table to the living room, and we got them some new pots and pans for the kitchen. But as you can imagine,
so nice.
I mean, they just kind of have to wait for somebody to donate things. And anyway, so that's a big project of mine. And then, her room here, I was redoing, because now I don't need, it the way it was set up for her and the babysitter there. So I'm I'm having fun with that room too. So anyway,
Oh.
yeah, so that's my fun right now.
Oh wow!
That
so you guys
is
are doing all this
fun.
fun stuff, and I'm
Well,
digging in the dirt.
Listen,
Well,
I
I'm
do
actually not digging.
It's fun for you.
I have to stop
We-
saying that, because I
well,
always say I'm digging in the dirt. I'm not digging.
You're
in
not
the dirt.
digging,
But
but-
I'm layering. In the
But
dirt.
see, if I had California weather, I'd be outside. Today is 105 here.
It's
is
hotter there than it is here.
Oh, and it's hot and humid here. It's just, people can't believe how hot our summers are. So, when it gets this hot, we're inside. I've got to tell this one thing that we're doing. We're repainting the porch, and I've talked about this before. It was stained with an oil, and it's marine grade mahogany. But we have a wraparound porch. Our porch is so huge; it goes all the way around our house, 3 sides. So every 3 years it fades, and Bob has to sand the whole thing down and then roll this like oily stuff on it, and then you can't be on it for a while. But it looks like a mahogany floor when it's done. It's just beautiful. But we're tired of that, so we're having it painted. Hopefully, if the stuff they put on it sticks to it, because it's been about 4 years now. And so we're choosing colors. So I chose these colors. I won't tell you the company. Our painter paints these boards and brings them over. Well, it looks like baby blue, and it was supposed to be gray. And it was so awful. I can't even tell you. There wasn't a color on the color wheel that I liked. But of course, you know how we love Benjamin Moore. And I said, hang on. And they can actually, I guess, put this treatment into whatever color. He wasn't using Benjamin Moore. So I went to the shades of gray. I could have chosen like 8 grays out of it. So I chose 4, and he's painting them now because we want a gray floor. But these others that they came out with were like so blue. Now we have limestone, stone on our house. And it just magnified the blue and the limestone.
Right.
So it looked like we had this like fairy tale blue house. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. So are you saying that the samples that the guy brought were these specific kind of paints that you can put outside on the ground, on the floor, on a wooden floor?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because oftentimes, so the tip in there, I think, is that maybe you can have that type of paint created in any color that you want? Is that what you think might happen?
That's what I'm understanding, because he did them in boards. We put them down and I said, I hate all of them. And he said, which is your favorite? I picked the darkest one. He said, well, let's see how it looks on the boards.
Yeah.
So he painted like 8 boards on the side of our house. It was hideous.
Right.
So yay, go Benjamin Moore. Again, my favorite paint, because you knocked it out of the park. These shades are just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully they'll look nice on my porch.
Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh, so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
Good. And it'll have whatever it needs to have, that
And
extra
stick-to-itiveness
or something.
And this is the first time that Bobby, in the 24 years we've lived here, hasn't painted the porch. So
well, I
I'm
think
so
that
happy
sounds
about
like
that for him.
Yeah, that sounds like kind of like being in the gulag or something.
It was his
exactly.
time.
And then in the afternoon, we made him go break up rocks in the backyard. Like that sounds really awful. We could do that every 3 years.
He does all this stuff. He likes to putter, and
that's beyond putter. That's way beyond putter.
But he likes that, but it has to be in his time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it can't be like on a Wednesday when he's golfing or anything.
No,
like
I wouldn't
that,
start. That's not a Wednesday project. We purchased, after a very long deliberation by me, a big, giant cantilever umbrella for outside because, as you know, I said it before, Fred Sanfler did my backyard. He also didn't believe in plants or trees or anything. So there's really nothing back there. So I'm adding everything to our yard. So there's really no shade. And I have this beautiful patio furniture. And then we have the fireplace outside, but you feel like you're on fire now in the summertime if you try to go sit out there. So we really can only sit out there in the evening. So I wanted to get an umbrella to shade us. So I spent a lot of time researching these because anybody that's looked into these will know they are super expensive. Like I was buying cheapo umbrellas at the Rite Aid, like about, $25, maybe they were 50% off and they were $25 with the little stand, and just saying, we'll just use these until I figure this out. But, oftentimes you get what you pay for, and they are Knott's umbrella. So, the black umbrella then became the gray umbrella, then became the really sad looking gray umbrella. And, and then there'd be a stiff wind and it would fall over and one of the prongy things would break, and, but it's $25. You're like, okay, it doesn't owe me anything. It lasted for 5 months or what have you. But now we've invested in this cantilever umbrella, and I chose Ballard because I do trust them for, well-made products. And it came, and it's very big. I almost wish I had gone with the 13 feet because I thought that was humongous.
What size did you get?
I got the 11. And it's the cantilever, the kind that comes over.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So I'm really happy with that. So if there's anybody else who is, contemplating that big purchase, I would definitely look for the sales, because I was able to get it on sale. And then you have to get the base, which is, a separate price. And then you have to get, they say you can fill it with water or sand, but I would definitely recommend sand. We don't have a lot of weather, but even when it's just a little windy, because that thing is so oversized, it starts moving around a lot. So I bought this sand at the hardware store in bags, and you just pour it in. Actually, Laura did it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. She and Peter put it together. And so it's working out really well, and I'm really happy I did it. But my 2 tips to somebody who's contemplating that, well, 3 tips. Try to find it on sale. There are definitely sales, and there'll be definitely sales towards the end of the summer if you haven't. Don't do the water, do sand, or if you even can fit pebbles in the opening, do that to add some ballast to the base. And, kind of like we say about, what do we say that about? Oh, go a little, we say that about a lot of things. Go bigger, bigger is better. Definitely should have gone. It was going to be like another $150. I should have gone for the 13-footer because I have to kind of scrunch the furniture in at, high noon, like under the 11 feet,
Yes.
That darn sun, it comes in onto the sides. So it's a big purchase. So, definitely.
It's a very big purchase.
Yeah. To think about spending, that amount of money on an umbrella, and also close it when you're not using it.
Well,
that's
close
a very
it. However,
good point. That's
we
a very,
have
very
them
good
down at the creek at the farm, and we would close the umbrellas when we're not there. And then guess what happened? The wasps built nests under there when it was closed up. But you can't leave them. You can't leave them open, because then they fell over the deck and went down 20 feet into the creek. So you can't leave them open. And then when you close them, so I actually got them with covers this time, and I keep the covers on them so they're very nicely tightly closed.
Okay, I said to Peter, should I get a cover? And he was like, then you have to put it on, take it on and off. And I was like, well,
hopefully
you do.
Maybe you don't have wasps in Southern California. I don't know, but we've got them here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to think about it. I think I should get the cover.
I missed it. Did you say what color you got?
Oh, I got black.
Oh, you got black. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Chic.
Yeah. And I thought, it won't, I don't think it's going to fade because it is real true sunbrella. And we already talked about the performance fabrics on a recent episode. So I'm fairly certain everything's going to work out, even though it is blazing hot sun all day long there with no relief. But I also figured if any stuff gets on it, you won't see it. And it looks nice with the house.
Wonderful.
Black. Yeah. So that's what's going on in my house. All other little things too, got to hang that up, got to do this, got to do that. But those are the bigger things. I love when we do these because I love to know. I mean, we talk all the time, but I don't know exactly what you guys are up to.
Right.
Your off mic selves, what you're doing.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks so much for spending time with us today. We're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time. Hey, everybody. We want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com. Or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.